Hello and welcome to another epic card game base set constructed deck profile. Today we are going to be reviewing a pretty interesting deck. It's nothing typical, nothing that I've really seen online too much. This is only using the base set cards. Base set, by the way, is a wonderful constructed format if you are going to be playing in the Epic Digital Alpha, or if you just want to get something started in your local area. Base set constructed is a great place to start. That way your new players aren't relying on getting the entire collection. So without anything further, we're going to check out this deck. It's quite interesting here. It's evil with a mild wild splash, and the first card that we're going to show is basically kind of what the deck revolves around. 3 Drinker of Blood. 3 Soul Hunter, 3 Murderous Necromancer, 3 Demon Breach, 3 Angel of Death, 3 Medusa, 3 Necromancer Lord, 3 Plague, 3 Apocalypse, 1 Dark Assassin, 3 Plentiful Dead, 3 Wither, 3 Corpse Taker, 3 Dark Knight, 2 Unquenchable Thirst, 3 Surprise Attack, 3 Flame Strike, 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Pack Alpha, 3 Flashfire, and 3 Fireball. So, what makes this deck tick? What kind of deck is this? Well, it's not necessarily a control deck. It's not necessarily a tempo deck. It's not necessarily a combo deck. It's not necessarily an aggro deck. It's kind of, if anything, it's kind of, you could describe it as like a mid-range combo deck, because it does get a decent amount of incremental advantage. It can't go as long game as the control decks. It doesn't have the required health gain, though it has some to basically stay pace with some of the burn decks. But how it plans to beat some of the burn decks in the format is by killing them first. And how that usually does it is with our first card here, Drinker of Blood. Now, Drinker of Blood is a card that is, honestly, this, if you play against other token swarm strategies, this deck will just mop the floor with them. Because your Drinker of Blood plus your many sweepers will definitely close the game out, sometimes causing just an instant win within a few turns, depending on how many tokens they're putting out. And you put out a decent amount of tokens yourself. So Drinker of Blood, what's key is that he's unbreakable on your turn. He needs to survive whatever sweeper to be able to get the effect of having them lose, I think it's 2 health. Yep, 2 health, and gain 2 health for every creature or champion broken while he's on the field. So he's the main centerpiece of the deck. We also have Soul Hunter, just a decent card in an aggressive kind of mid-rangey deck that wants to get incremental advantage. If they're making you discard cards with Thought Plucker, he's a great one to discard. Also, if you break them in play, it's an extra 5 damage, so him with Drinker of Blood can get in for a good amount of damage. We play Murderous Necromancer. That's because in the base set, there aren't as many good ways to get a whole bunch of zombie tokens out. And he gives you 3 zombie tokens, and we have plenty of evil in this deck. It's mostly evil. All but, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 cards are evil. So you have plenty there's many loyalty 2s in this deck, but for the loyalty 2, you get 3 zombies, and then plus he can just basically expend to keep breaking champions and grow you more zombies when he does that. So he's very good, just making more zombies and just being a good advantage. He's card advantage, but mostly in a tempo form. He doesn't give you extra cards in hand. 3 Demon Breach. I played 3 Demon Breach because I really want to draw one in this deck, because he is very good. Sometimes you can just blow all of your cards in this deck and need more cards, and the fact that you can get back Demon Breach is helpful, plus more tokens is good because this deck needs to swarm out as many champions as it can to be able to win with its winning strategy. Angel of Death, just overall good card, but also a sweeper, which is important. This deck has loads of sweepers so that it can always reliably be able to, once it has a board, either on yours or your opponent's side, play Drinker of Blood, and then play a sweeper and essentially win the game. 3 Medusa, just for value. She's good. She's solid. Ambush gives you more cards to be able to play on your opponent's turn, which is important because you want to be able to utilize that gold. 3 Necromancer Lord. This champion, we play him in particular because he's extra copies of Drinker Blood. They've already taken out your Drinker Blood. Play him, give him Blitz, get back your Drinker Blood, win. 3 Plague plus 3 Apocalypse because we want to get plenty of sweepers. Basically, just to stall out until we assemble our combo or a combo off once we do get our combo. 1 Dark Assassin. This maybe could actually be a card that you can play on your opponent's turn, but I just threw in 1 Dark Assassin because Dark Assassin's a decent card. And we're heavy evil, so we can support the loyalty. 3 Plentiful Dead. The best card in the deck, other than your couple of combo pieces. This is what's going to enable your combo, and just an overall good card in such a heavily evil deck. You're going to be able to get tokens over and over and over again, but drawing lots of these is going to be the best way to get a quick victory. Okay, our first freeze sweeper, Wither. Important, important, important. This helps you combo off all in one turn because it's a 0 sweeper. Let's say you get a bunch of zombies out, and then your opponent passes turn. Well, you can kill them before they ever get priority to be able to even do anything because you can just slam Drinker of Blood, Wither one of your zombies, and win. Corpse Taker, we play 3 of these because it's more copies of Drinker Blood. If they take out your Drinker Blood, you can get back your Drinker Blood also. It's just a good card overall, considering it's free. If you're getting back a champion, doesn't use up a card in your hand. And also, you know, it can answer graveyard shenanigans, which is good because we are trying to attrition people out some games as well because we do have a number of 2-for-1s and things that give us incremental advantage and cause damage as well. This deck is kind of interesting. It's definitely different than the other decks we've done. Dark Knight, solid card. It's basically between this card and then there's the I forget what it's called. It's like whatever the one is 0 and gives you a demon and recycles. I went with this simply for the fact that it has Blitz. So part of what we're trying to do is get a quick win. So sometimes you can attack with a bunch, wipe the board. Maybe you need a couple more points, and then this guy can do that a couple more points plus get you some early damage early game because you can't aggro people out with this deck. This is a very flexible deck. You can play kind of more controlling. You can aggro people out. You can also combo. 2 Unquenchable Thirst because we don't want to draw 2, but 1's going to be very nice because it's good to gain a bunch of health because, you know, there is Born format, plus it's a good free card. Okay, so that wraps up our evil cards. Now we have some wild cards. 3 Surprise Attack. Very, very important in this deck. Surprise Attack is always just in general a pretty good card, but what's amazing about Surprise Attack in this deck is that you can play Drinker of Blood on their turn, take your turn, and then play a card like Plague Apocalypse or Angel of Death to wipe the board and win the game by getting a bunch of Drinker of Blood triggers. 3 Flame Strike. Solid card. Finishes out the game. Maybe you didn't get quite enough. Pass the turn. Flame Strike them. Win. Same can be said. Lightning Storm also can get rid of a bunch of token swarms. You know, get rid of, if you have a Drinker with Blood out, pass the turn. You know, they play something to give them a bunch of human tokens. You kill all the human tokens, you're going to get a lot of damage in with this, with the Drinker Blood out. Pack Alpha, weird card to play. Only thing that makes wolves in the deck. We actually kind of wish he's dead sometimes and made a bunch of wolf tokens, because then when we play our other card up next here, Flashfire, is able to kill him. So with him out, your Flashfire actually won't destroy your wolves, and so that's kind of a drawback. But hey, he's also just kind of a decent card. They can eke out some advantage, and if they're probably going to deal with it, because if they don't deal with it, it can kind of actually get out of hand. So they'll usually kill him, leave you a bunch of wolves, then you Flashfire with Drinker Blood out and win the game. Flashfire, another free sweeper. Very important with Drinker Blood. You can just have a bunch of zombies out, maybe even a couple of wolves without Pack Alpha out, and, you know, just slam down your Drinker Blood, slam down this card, win the game. And lastly, Fireball, another sweeper. You can use it to sweep away and win with Drinker Blood. Doesn't kill Drinker Blood on your opponent's turn because the Drinker Blood is a 5/4 and this only deals 3 damage to everything. Also, you can just get an extra 3 free damage, you know, to as part of your combo. You didn't get there, you got a bunch but not enough. An extra 3 can sometimes just win the game. And that's basically the deck. Like I said, the strategy is you can just incremental advantage. You got some good cards overall, some good solid cards on their own right. In terms of removal, you got lots of removal. You have lots of cards against anti-token, so if you're playing against a lot of token decks, this deck will destroy token decks. It's just so amazing against token swarm decks, and you can just win the game. Sometimes I've played against a token swarm deck with a deck similar to this. I've never played base set only, but I have played this deck using also tyrants. And if they're playing like a human swarm strategy, they actually enable you to win. I've won on the second turn before with this deck, so it definitely has some potential. It's definitely fun. Check it out. Let me know what you think of this deck in the comments below. Thanks for watching.